Hey mini enthusiasts, how you doing? Welcome back. I hope you're having a great day. You might have saw the title to this video and be wondering what it's all about, so we'll get to that very shortly. But first off, let's just pick up where I left you last time. So, we've finished up these brakes now. They're all cleaned up, all refurbished and ready to go back on the car. I haven't gone completely mad. When I've done PL, I got new stainless bolts and that sort of thing, but again, this is a restoration on Project Sprout to be a car that's going to be used. So I've cleaned some bits up, but I haven't gone completely mad. So these are all the old components, or the old back plates anyway, and adjusters and that sort of thing. Obviously new set of shoes, new set of cylinders both sides, sort of cleaned up the handbrake levers and freed them off. Had to do a bit of a repair on the back plate just because the metal was split, so just a bit of weld repair. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. I did notice on these brakes come from mini spares. They don't have leading or trailing edges, so I photographed them before I took them off because I've done it before. I've put them back on the wrong way round, and of course, you know, people pick up on it. But these ones, you can't get the wrong way round because they don't have a leading or trailing edge. It's either that or they've boxed 4 identical shoes in the box and they've been boxed wrong. But yeah, I don't think it really matters a great deal. Drums have been painted obviously, and they've just been roughed up inside so they're not rusty anymore. So that lot is ready to go back on. Fuel filters off, so that was a job and a half, and I know because I've done plenty of MPIs before, they have a habit of corroding and can be very difficult to get off. So this is a fuel filter that come off. It's a Rover filter. It is really rusty. I don't know how old that is. In fact, it's not the filter that's rusty because it's a stainless filter. That's stainless steel, that is. But obviously the housing which it sits in goes rusty. That I can clean up, redo with Hammerite, Smooth Right, and that'll be like new again. That'll go again. The pipes themselves will go again, I'm pretty sure. This one's a little bit crusty, but we'll clean that up and see how that goes. If I have to get another one, I have to get another one. The main thing I learned here doing this though, so if you've got to do this, these nuts and ends really corrode up and really become tight. I've got it off like this because that was the only way I could do it, is to get these nuts and clamp them in the vise while still in the filter, and that allows you to get a ring spanner on it. It allows you to get plenty of leverage on it. If I'd tried getting them off with spanners on the car, it just wouldn't have worked. These were starting to round off, wasn't coming loose. So you just take off the hose on the end of the rubber pipe which goes up towards the fuel tank. This one has a rubber hose off. Take the bracket off, take the whole lot off and do it in the vise. So moving on, what's the title all about then? So bit of an odd title. YouTube made me do this or something like that. It's meant to be a bit clickbaity, and honestly, genuinely, I probably wouldn't have done this job if I wasn't filming it for YouTube, but it's just one of those things. I'm like, it's got to be right. So there's the subframe. I've said all along, I've had a good look at this subframe when I first got the car. It's in pretty good condition. The boot floor is in pretty good condition. And if we go over this subframe, where they usually rot is on the bottoms, on these corners here. And as you can see, both sides pretty solid. Maybe a little bit of swelling on that side, but it's certainly a serviceable subframe. And it just had a lot of surface rust on it. So why did I do it? Well, I'll tell you why. Just because it was getting a pain crawling underneath to clean this up. It was hurting me back. I couldn't really get to the boot floor properly, and there are a couple of little scabby bits on the boot floor which only surface rust, but I wanted to wire wheel them off properly. So I've taken the whole subframe out, and sometimes I don't know, it's me, it's my own personal OCD. I'm even looking at this now, and when I first took the subframe out, I thought, right, I'll get that subframe out, I will clean it off, I will give it a lick of paint, and I'll put it back in, because both radius arms are fine, there's no play in them. But now I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, I may as well just take the radius arms out, ain't I may as well take the pins out the radius arms and have a look. It's just, you've gone this far, might as well do it. It's just that sleeping at night thing, isn't it? It's just that peace of mind that you've done it. All the front's lovely, front subframe's all cleaned up, all painted, not a spot of rust on it. Let's do the same for the rear. So bear with me. Let's have a look underneath the back of the car. Just before we move on and before I forget, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that messaged me and left comments that were a little bit concerned that there was no actual stand under the car in the last video. I guarantee you there was. If you go back, look at the footage, look behind the red jack, there's an actual stand on the near side of the car. When I was pulling the wheel around and that, it wasn't fully supported on the actual stand on the near side. So it was underneath there, but the jack was taking most amount of weight, which is why I was tugging it around and while it was moving. The GoPro also does odd things sometimes with the footage. So you'll notice it on some of the track day videos and that sort of thing. The image stabilisation sometimes makes things look like they're rocking more than they are. I'm not defending that at all. There was an axle stand there, and I do fully appreciate your concerns. It was fully supported when I went and crawled underneath the car, so I wouldn't be tugging the car around and moving it around like that with parts of my body underneath the car. But I just wanted to say thank you, really thank you to the people that left comments, even PM'd me, just concerned about my welfare. So I really do appreciate that. It's always safety first, and yeah, let's not get injured fixing our cars. Right chaps, so I do apologise, it's a bit dark around the back of the car here. Obviously all the lighting at the garage is at the front of the garage, but I've started cleaning all this off underneath now. No nasty surprises, luckily. What I've started doing is all of this sort of rubbery sort of underseal, where it's loose or flaking, I've just gone at it with a coarse wire wheel, and that is really sort of aggressive, those coarse wire wheels. There's any rust there, any thin bits of metal, it just does rip holes in them. And I'm pleased to report that it's all in pretty good nick. So it just wants cure rusting, etch priming, re-undersealing, painting, and then we can get it all back in. Probably the worst bit was the battery tray, as a couple of people have noticed. I've cleaned that up. Again, no holes, thankfully. It's all just surface rust. Probably the worst bit actually is the drain holes in the bottom. A couple of them are quite corroded, and what I'm actually going to do is just enlarge the holes a little bit so there's no actual rust there. Put a slightly bigger rubber bung in, so I think they're about 20mm, and I can probably put like a 22-24mm rubber bung in. But that's where we are, so I'm kind of glad I've done it. Like I say, it does just make it so much easier to clean up underneath here without the subframe in the way. I've done it before, and again, it's peace of mind. I know now the front end's done, the back end's done. You know, it pretty much will be a full restoration now. Yeah, it will be. I mean, middle of the car's not done, but it doesn't need to be done. So, yeah, I'm getting a bit more involved than I wanted to. Whole idea with this car was to buy it, do the work on it, and get it back on the road, you know, as cheaply and kind of as quickly as possible. But I've got a bit more involved, like I always do.